A long time ago, there was a time when motor vehicles had to be started with a handle like the letter Z in English. It took a lot of hard work, energy, and time to start the cars. In other words, starting any car at that time was a very difficult thing. A young man who was the vice president of General Motors Research Corporation. He told his friends that cars could be started with a small key. But his friends started laughing when they heard his words. And everyone who heard it said that it was impossible to imagine. Many people did not stop joking because of his whimsical imagination and said, "It is not possible to start such a big motor car with a small key." But today we know that it has been possible. Now the car can be started with a small key. How is this possible? Now let's talk about that. His name is Charles Franklin Kettering, briefly known as Charles F. Kettering, who was able to accomplish this impossible. When he dreamed of inventing the car self-start, he needed a lot of time and effort to fulfill this dream. He was forced to quit his job. Money is also needed for any research. He lacked money because he did not have a job. His bank balance was running out. At one point everything was over. Even then Charles Kettering could not succeed. One attempt after another seemed to fail. More money was needed to continue the research. Disappointed, stop working, or continue working. He started selling land, jewelry, etc. At one point all that was over. The last resource was the ancestral farm and the house. The ancestral property is no longer available, so he sold the house. He built a hut on one side of the field and lived with his wife and children. He was so preoccupied with deep research that he became estranged from relatives and friends. His wife says they're in trouble, but the caterer himself is working so hard that he doesn't even have time to look at his own body. That's what worries her the most. In other words, his wife is supporting her husband's work, his perseverance. Despite all this, Charles Kettering was adamant that he would one day succeed. After many long years, his dream finally came true. The day he showed self-start, everyone was surprised. People in all the motor industries started buying his technique and gradually he became the owner of a lot of money. All the world-famous newspapers and magazines surrounded him and wanted to know the reason for his success. What is the source of your perseverance? To answer this, the caterer took the reporter to his hut, took out a small stone from the middle of everything in the room and said, "This is the source of my success." It turned out that there was a small word, "today," written on the stone. Yesterday brings frustration in people's lives, tomorrow brings laziness. So, today is the only truth. And so see today I am successful. So friends, here are some lessons we can learn from this story. 1. Those who live with today are successful. 2. All the work in the world is done today. 3. So saving now is the key to success. 4. Now or never. 5. Every time is valuable. So time should be used properly.